Hello everyone, this is Jim.
Ray.
Alice.
From the Baidu ERNIE team. And we're excited to share with you the latest update from ERNIE with you today.
About 3 months ago, Baidu open-sourced ERNIE 4.5, a comprehensive suite of multimodal models featuring 10 variants. This included MOE and dense models, text-only and vision language models, and everything from 400 billion parameter models down to 0.3 billion parameter models. Since then, we've received tremendous positive feedback from the community. Our smaller 21B A3B model has been particularly well received by LM Studio. And we've seen some impressive use cases for the ERNIE 4.5 vision language model that really showcase its multimodal capabilities.
Today, we're shifting gear from vision language models to reasoning models. Earlier today at Wave Summit 2025, Baidu unveiled its newest reasoning model, ERNIE X1.1, and we're happy to share more about that with you today. ERNIE X1.1 builds upon the same powerful ERNIE 4.5 base, enhanced with extensive mid-training and post-training, including end-to-end reinforcement learning to improve reasoning capabilities. The model demonstrates strong performance across a wide range of tasks, from creative writing, question answering, and tool use, to reasoning, coding, and mathematics. At 300 billion parameters, ERNIE X.1 outperforms open-weight reasoning models with significantly larger size. It also matches the performance of leading proprietary models. We've been dogfooding X1.1 internally, and beyond public benchmarks, we've observed strength in everyday use that normal metrics don't really capture. While reasoning models are powerful, they often hallucinate due to extended chain of thoughts. Our internal evals shows that X1.1 hallucinate less and follow instructions more accurately than our previous models. The model also performed well on agentic tasks and tool calling, thanks to its end-to-end multi-step reinforcement learning training. These three capabilities, reduce hallucination, better instruction following, and strong tool use performance, are typical strengths of non-reasoning models. X1.1 essentially provides the best of both worlds, reliable instruction following and agentic capabilities, combined with strong reasoning performance for code and mathematics. Now, without further ado, let me hand it over to my colleague Alice to see ERNIE X1.1 in action.
Sure. Hey there, I'm Alice, and I work on ERNIE X1.1's reasoning capabilities. And as a Texas Hold'em player myself, I tested it in a real game situation, and it turned out pretty impressive. Here's one hand that made me completely stressed out. I'm holding ace and 10 of diamonds. On the flop, I hit the second pair with top kicker. Even though the button bets 2/3 of the pot, I considered it just a common c-bet, so I decided to defend. But my opponent kept betting aggressively every street, and on the river, he even went all in. That gave me a lot of pressure. The safe move would have been to just fold.
I would have folded.
I thought the same, but ERNIE says otherwise. I asked ERNIE to break down the situation. Jim, what would you like to see in ERNIE's response?
I don't know, some fancy math, calculate the odds, stuff like that?
Sure. Equity calculation is solid math, but it's not enough. ERNIE went deeper and put out the real story. It tracked every action we make and spotted a big flaw of my opponent, his bet sizing. Well, my opponent did keep pushing the action, but on the turn, where the streets could have shown up, he bet surprisingly small. Then, when the river changed nothing at all, he suddenly went all in, however. That was, as ERNIE put it, a huge red flag. That small turn bet followed by the giant river all in is a classic missed draw, not bluffing pattern. As ERNIE says, he was truly bluffing, and I have made a hero call. Later, I went through this hand with ERNIE again. We talked about the mistakes where the opponent made and even mocked what a more convincing bluff could have been. That's pretty cool.
Well, winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? I hope ERNIE will bring you a lot of fun and, more importantly, fortune.
Yeah, you bet.
And how about you, Ray? What do you use ERNIE for?
Well, honestly, I want to play more games and actually win them too. But that only happens if I finish my work quicker and better. So let me take you behind the scenes of my day job. Here's a case about creating a product requirements document, PRD. And as you know that when we asked the model to write a PRD.
PRD, which is?
Oh, thanks for the heads up, Alice. So PRD is basically just a doc that says what we are building, why we are building it, and how it should work. I was honestly expecting something either way too casual or way too academic. So let's come to the query part first, and let me walk through this with you. So as you can see that I asked ERNIE to write a PRD, and I'm sorry, ERNIE, I asked quite a lot of instructions. And as you can see, the sections, the at least 3 features, and also at least 2 user stories in a stable or a specific format, and also no longer than 600 words. And come back to the response part. And first of all, I want to talk about is the instruction following. The model nailed the requirements. As you can see, the background, the goals, the target users, core features, user stories, and also the success metric. It gave exactly 2 user stories, and also in right format, no extra fluff, and the length, nicely under 600 words. Second thing I want to talk about is the structure. Headings were clear, lists were clean. You could skim it in seconds and still catch the main point, right? If only every PRD looked this organized right. The third thing is the content and language. Especially the language struck a nice balance. Professional, but not stiff. Clear, but also not too casual. So overall, I would say not perfect, but it gives a strong draft. And like one of those games where you don't get a flawless victory, but you still play smart and come out ahead.
That's a productive PM. No wonder you submit so many PRDs. So other than for work and for productivity, do you have something else for personal use as well?
Well, absolutely yes. I just got a message from my friend Nina, and she's super frustrated about her 401k planning, and that's the retirement plan in US. So I thought, why not take her situation and use it as a query for ERNIE? So let's come to the case together, and let me walk through the query with you guys. The first one is, I'm sorry, Nina, yeah, she is 26, making about $85,000 a year, and she like to get pretty aggressive with her 401k, cause her dream is to hit financial freedom by 40 and travel around the world. Well, finger crossed for her. And also, there are more information. She provides the funds, and also, I asked the ERNIE, can you just give me a straight answer and what to pick and keep it short? I want to be like a smart guy in Nina's inside, but I don't want to learn that quite a lot. So let's come to the thinking part. And as you can see that, the ERNIE summarized Nina's information together in the first, and also ERNIE said she considering pre-tax ROS and after-tax options. And then come to the analyzing part. ERNIE comes to in 2 things. The first one, ERNIE come to the fund part. So the funds available and talk about the market, and also combined Nina's age and income. Come to the second part is the tax part. So ERNIE talk about the ROS versus pre-tax decision, and then combine those 2, the tax part, the funds part, and based on Nina's all information and her goal, then come to the answer. It's quite straightforward. So it's deliver what what I asked for, a straight answer and short and clear, and I really thank that. So as you can see, ROS 401k wins, and she will pay today tax. So that's I can use to just talk about Nina. Yeah, you just pick ROS 401k and 80% in the target retire and 20%, yeah, seems like I'm really smart. And come to the other part is my favorite part. It's the language. Because I use some, maybe a joke, like the finger cross thing, and the ERNIE talked the joke again. So Nina got the hustle, let's make her money work harder than her boss coffee machine. And also this part, I love it. She'll thank you when she's sipping coconut set for you. Well, Overall, the thought process are structured and the response were direct, practical, and even entertaining. And well, I'm dreaming about sipping coconuts at 42.
Thank you, Ray and Alice, for sharing your experience with X1.1. If you're ready to try ERNIE X1.1 yourself, you can try it at ernie.baidu.com, our free-to-use, web-based language model product. It's also accessible via API on Baidu AI Cloud's MaaS platform Qianfan. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, X, Hugging Face, you name it, to stay updated on future updates and model releases. Thank you for watching, and we are excited to see what you will build with X1.1. Until next time.
See ya.
See you.